unless we were recording. Okay, I had to find the distribution of IOU, the intersection of union, or this intersection of union. We can see that from the distribution, it's almost a normal distribution because you see this dot curve that there is some skewing on the left side, but let's just pass it. You can see most of the IOU intersection was 80% of which generated the system generated annotation. They were more IOU of 80%. Now I asked Google Gemini to interpret this. This is the value that the Google Gemini told me. Okay, the model is good at detecting objects when it finds them, but it needs better filtering of false positives and tighter localization. Okay, I am to find the optimal threshold, but now we are not using the confidence score as the threshold. I had to generate my own thresholds. If you can see, I generated threshold from 0.01 to 1, of which 0.01 is the lowest confidence, the lowest threshold. We can have a threshold of zero point 0.0, and the 1 is a perfect score, a threshold of perfect score, which says that the polygons from the manual annotation and the system annotation match perfectly. Okay, I just reviewing the false negative, which the false negative way to find the annotation that were never matched by the system, of which were 94. Okay, this was just a trial for 0.1, but I went to create a function that will try around all the thresholds. I created the function. I tested the function on 0.85 threshold. Okay, this function that will calculate the matrix will calculate the matrix using IO values, the threshold value, and the false negative. We have this false negative just used to calculate is just being used to calculate the recall score and the F1 score. So it will also be used to calculate the accuracy. Finding the Ottoman threshold, we can't use the accuracy here, so we will be using mostly the F1 score, recall, and the precision score. Okay, if you can see here, we found the Ottoman threshold by I calculated I first. Let me please first. Okay, I had to calculate for 0.85. This was just testing the function. Now I had to calculate across all these thresholds. Find the recall, F1, and the precision score for 0.1, 0.02, all up to 1.0. I had to find precision and store them somehow. Okay, now I calculated this matrix in different thresholds and plotted them. Now we are plotting the F1 score against the threshold. You can see here the F1 score for 0.0 threshold is very high, but when the threshold approaches 1, which is about 0.9 to 1, there's almost zero F1 score. Okay, you can see here this was what the Google Gemini told me. This model is good at detecting objects when it finds them, but needs better filtering of false positives and tighter localization. Okay, when it finds the object, it detects, but it sometimes misses the object very bad, of which we also find out here. The IOU intersection is around 80% for most of the objects detected. Now I went forward